All right, hello. I think I'm live. This is my first time doing a YouTube live, so I think I got it, but I'm not quite sure. I also don't think my lighting is super good either. I'm just kind of working with what I got in my editing room here, so yeah, I think those are my only worries about this live stream. Luckily, so hello, welcome to the 2-year anniversary live stream. Um, I don't really have a plan for this. I can pretty much talk about anything forever. Hello, thank you for joining. So I think that kind of makes this easy for me because I just love yapping. Hello. But I think I also need to send out the announcement on Twitter and Instagram now that I am live. So just give me 1 second here. I just need 1 second, one whole second. I also need the link for it. Oh, but then I need to get that on my phone somehow. It's not easy doing this media stuff because a lot of it is stuff I'm doing for the first time and I'm like, how the hell do I do this? So I have to figure it out in the moment. Okay, thank you. But what are we doing first? Great question. I think maybe if you have any questions, maybe start thinking about those, start throwing them out there. I just need a minute to send out some links, but then I'm all ready to go. So but I hope everyone is doing well here. I think this time for a live stream hits pretty much every time zone. So I think, if you're interested at all, you can check out the live stream because I think this pretty easily hits Japan. I think it hits Europe. I would have to think, Australia is on the same or in the same time zone as China at some point. So I think this kind of hits everyone, which I think is super cool. So I don't even know where to go for the share link. Okay, there we go. Sweet. Okay, sending it out on Twitter. Boom, done. It's that easy. Now let me figure out how to do all this on my phone. But I think aside from talking about questions and just general channel stuff, I kind of just want to talk about some cool music stuff too. This morning, Haku announced their new album, which I'm super excited for. I actually have I don't know what to call it. When you visit someone and you have gifts or whatever. I guess I have little gifts for them next time I see them, and it's actually very fortuitous timing. And I actually have it right here in my closet. Wait, actually, hold on. So I just so happen to have Christ, 4 of each of the colors of the cute little Trader Joe's bags. So I think when I see them in September, I'll probably give these to each of them as a congratulations on your new album sort of thing. So I guess that's one little reveal that you all get to see here first for the first time. I don't think I'll have video of it when I see them in September. But yeah, so that's some news, I guess. But yeah, that's just kind of what I'm starting off with here. But yeah, like I said, I hope everyone else is doing well. I know this is kind of early, for us Americans. So here in Seattle, it is 6 a.m., which luckily, I kind of wake up around this time anyway. So it's not anything new or weird for me. But if you're not used to that, and I know I do have a lot of friends who like to wake up at noon, they're not going to be joining. No, no way. What is, or I guess I should say, who is Sono Kangeki Tokiroku? I actually don't know them. Is that bad? I feel like that's probably bad. I feel like I know everyone, and if I don't know who this is, then I am just not good at my job. Oh yeah, so I live in Seattle, Washington. I do get to go to a lot of concerts. However, with the state of the U.S. at the moment, and the cost of everything, not a lot of Japanese artists are coming to Seattle this year. There were a few that got announced. Actually, within the last week, we are getting Poison Girlfriend again, who I think she came last fall. And then she's coming in September too. There's going to be a Yuma Abe concert. He is the lead singer of Never Young Beach. This is his 3rd time in Seattle, I believe. And then we got one kind of on the periphery, which is Chinese football. So that's going to be cool, except they're from China. I think that's kind of it. Or no, I guess technically, what are they called? It's that one band that I like have not listened to, but it's like super popular. Um, they wear they wear the school uniforms, and I know that's not like narrowing it down in the slightest. What are they called? What are they called? There's like four of them, right? What are they called? It's like on the tip of my tongue. Um, yes, Atarashigako. So yeah, they're coming for our like music festival in Seattle. In actually, I think it might be like the first like day of September. Yeah, being European seems hard at the moment, especially like with all the heat. So I don't. I will not disagree with you there. Okay, I do need to put my live streaming announcement on Instagram, and then I'm done. And then I'm 100% yours. So just give me like another 5 seconds here. I've just been like yapping too much, so I'm just not ready in the slightest. I got to figure out like a photo I want to use for like the background here. Maybe this one. Maybe this one. Maybe this one. Eh. I used to take lots of photos, but I don't really have any on hand I want to use, I guess. You know what? I think this one works. Now I need a link. I guess I can steal it from the Twitter one. Let me see. How can I steal that link? Like, I can't really do it from the YouTube app on my phone. Otherwise, like, this would be like super easy. Oh, actually, no, maybe I can. Okay, yeah. Yes, I can. Dude. Okay. Wait, I don't want to post. I would like a cute little Instagram story. Okay. Almost there. Oh, and then I lost the photo I wanted to use. Sick. Yeah, that works. Okay. Stickers. Okay. I need a link. Well, and thank you for watching. I really love Japanese music, as you can probably tell. So it's something that I am just always like thinking about, and I'm like, ooh, there's like some new like fantastic stuff out, and I feel like that's really what has been able to keep me going, is because like I just always have something cool to look forward to, like music wise, like every single week, and that makes life worth living, you know. But yeah, so thank you for watching. I really like I think it's really interesting in that my audience is probably about like 30% people who live in Japan, which is super cool. And I feel like that's really out of the ordinary for really any kind of like non-Japanese like YouTube channel. So I feel like super lucky in that way because I don't think that's common. Um, Now I know it is like I guess sort of easier because I do talk about like a Japanese cultural thing, right? But it's so cool. I feel very lucky. Okay, I'm almost done. I just need to type this out and then I'm all good. Live streaming on YouTube here and now. Okay. Story. Okay, we're done. Sweet. Okay, so going back to what we were talking about here a second ago. Where is it? Sono Kangeki to Kiroku. Yeah, so I actually did not know about that in the slightest, though it is very cool hearing that the guy from Hitohira is in there. I only really started listening to them like 3 or 4 years ago, which I don't think is too out of the ordinary. I feel like that's when they really started to get popular is after the release of Tsukuru. But one thing I found out like earlier this year is that like they don't tour or make music a ton just because they all have office jobs for the most part. which is really funny to think about because their music is so like hardcore in a way. But the fact that they just like walk off stage and like go work on a computer or whatever is like crazy to me. But yeah, yeah, no, I thought that was super cool. That's from my inside source who I don't think it's like insider information, so that's why I'm saying it here. Yeah, Toe seems really, or maybe like nowadays, the like guys from Toe seem very, I guess, diversified. Where is it? I think it's like one of the guitars has like a coffee company too, and then like one is kind of doing his own like fashion like mini brand a little bit. Like they're just all over the place. I think that's so cool. Mm. Okay, so going to the question here, would love to see another genre-focused video like the one you made for Math Rock. Yeah, so I have that in the works. I've kind of reached out to a few artists who I plan to cover in said video. Let me see if I have my list somewhere. I've either got it on like this computer or it's on a different one. Oh, wait, no, actually, I think I airdropped it to myself, so I think I actually have it on my phone. Um, so yeah, so I am making another like genre deep dive, if you will. This is going to be about. Well, I don't know what to title it yet. There's a few titles I'm working with, but they're all kind of derogatory in a little way. And by that I mean like the working title for right now is like um, what is it? It's like it's like experimental. I think it's like Japanese experimental rock artists whose music sounds like shit. Like it's something like that. And I feel like it is an eye-catching title, but it sounds derogatory like right off the bat. So I am gonna change it in some way. But what I really want to do is talk about some experimental artists who are making just like really like messy sounding rock music specifically. And if I can find my list here, I will definitely tell you who is all on the list. So I guess this is your first big scoop of the live stream. So this video about experimental rock that I want to make is going to include Doer. It's going to include Yamazaki. It's going to include As Ate and Uncle Garbage, and also it's a ton of kanji, and I always forget. It's Yukue Fume Sha Risto. They just came out with an album last week, which I typed a little bit about on Twitter. Check that out if you haven't. I'm gonna type their name right here. It's fucking awesome. So it's Yukue Fume Sha Risto. Yeah, they just came out with their new album, which is titled Sekai, and then it's just like way too much kanji that I simply don't know. And then I want to talk about Saku Saku Botomochi, who had an amazing album from late last year, which I only found out about like 2 months ago. But then they also released a new album, like also like 3 weeks ago. That's really, really good. I want to do, I think it's, I, I think I typed it wrong. It should be, or I think it should be Hosoroshia Kakume. She's super cool, and she's actually on the new Avis compilation. I think she's on the the one that's in the Dom outfit, in the black outfit, because there's like the sub and the Dom. Are you the like Avis sub or the Avis Dom? I was not expecting to talk about this on the live stream, but basically there are like two Avis compilation albums that are coming out. The 1st of July and then the 8th of July. And they seem super cool. They have like a ton of artists that I know and love. And they are the ones who had that like throwback compilation cover album from last year, which was titled IE, which is like a mix of like 15 or 16 artists, like favorite Japanese rock album from like the 2000s. I think the absolute oldest is from like the late 90s, and then the absolute newest is from like the mid 2010s. Love that album. It's weird, it's a little bit inconsistent, but I think the execution was actually pretty good overall, and so is the idea. It won an award at my award show last year. And honestly, with the lineup for these two new albums coming out, I feel like they have a good chance to show up in the awards for this year too, which I have already started working on some nominations for. So Let me get back to reading chat because it's been a minute since I did that. What do you think the best month in terms of music releases this year? I think for now I have to give it to March. I believe it's March. It was the month when we got new Wanbed, Haku, and Tattletale. That's just crazy. That Wanbed EP, I have just been listening to like constantly, like a few times a week. I love Wanbed. I want to see them live super bad because I think they are just making like such unique sounding rock music that really sounds like nothing else at the moment, yet it fits within the like very broader scheme of the Japanese indie music industry like super well. But they just really stand out in my mind for all kinds of reasons, and I kind of love them for that. Um, but I think it was either April or May where like literally like 25 EPs came out, and lots of those were really good. So that might be like my second favorite. But I think for now it might be March just because of that Wanbed, Haku, and Tattletale like triple threat, I suppose. I think there must have been like a few albums that I really liked from there too. But there were some really good ones in April as well, such as the new Marita Saki, which I have just been gushing about. I think it's probably one of the best so far this year. But I think in general, um, there are like five-ish albums that I would call a 10 out of 10 so far this year. I would say it's Arita Saki. I would say it's New Trooper Salute. I would say it's a new. I'm kind of getting there with the new. I would say postmodern hippie. That's at like a 9 for me right now. I could maybe see that going up to like a 10. And then I heard something else recently that really sparked something in me. But like my list for like all of my listening is like crazy big, and like here's April of like everything I listen to. Like it's hard to keep track sometimes, and like here's May. Like dude, it's crazy. But yeah, I think like March, April, May have really been killing it so far this year, but I gotta go March, maybe. Oh, what's your best announcement so far this year? Okay, that's a cool question actually. I don't know. Hold on. Mm, it's a really good question. Um I think for me, my favorite announcement is gonna be the I guess start of the Trico X project. And if you don't know what that is, it's like the members of Trico have like a side project called Trico X, and it even has its own like listing on like live streaming. Um, and they're just kind of like making music, but they're not um, really editing it or doing any kind of like real push to put it on an album. It might be on like a compilation of these kind of like loosey songs, but I think that is kind of a cool way to go with their sound and the career of the band overall. So I'm hoping like something really cool comes out of that. If I remember correctly, because I think it's been like a month since I heard that like debut single. There's not a lot of singing from EQ on there, which I think is always super interesting because it really allows for her to play guitar super well. Because I feel like when she sings, she is way too like focused on that, and for that reason, she can't play as well as she like really can. So I really like when she's not the one singing in the songs because she gets to kind of like style off a little bit. And so with her not singing so much on this newest song, I like that a lot. I think that's cool and I'm happy for her. So yeah, for sure, I think it's the announcement of Trico X, even though it's not even much of an announcement because it's all the same members doing all the same things, but we get more songs more often. So I think that's my favorite. Um, okay. Yes, love that compilation. Was hyped for the future ones. Yeah, I'm super excited for those. Yes, I do like Two True End. I think it's a killer EP. I think I mentioned it in my review for it, but like I wish it was longer. It's only like what is it, like 12 or 14 minutes? Come on, man. I come on. I need more than that. Like that's crazy. Um, yeah. Yuhi here mentioned Jocho. Yeah, that one is like super sad, or I guess it's like happy sad, where the singer is leaving. which sucks because like they had a really tight lineup as far as like members go. So it really sucks that she's leaving. And I think pretty much anyone would say that the singer of a band is more often than not, it's like real identity. So it is going to be weird to see what the other members do with the singer leaving. I think she had already announced like a solo work or something within like a month ago or something like that. So I hope she can like really make what she wants to make. I think she could really do anything with like her career and her voice. Like for example, like we saw with Chiaki Sato from Kinoko Teikoku, where I mean she was in that like shoegaze indie band that blew up and now just makes pop music, which I'm still enjoying to this day. So I don't think like you really get too pigeonholed when you're in like the music industry in like Japan at least, because she was able to go from like shoegaze into pop pretty easily, and like also kind of like hip hop a little bit. So I think the lead singer of Jocho could easily do that same thing too if she so wanted. But I think she's also like the flute player too, isn't she, for the band? Or am I mistaking that? I forget. But if she wants to go play flute somewhere, then I'm sure that's fine too. Yeah, yeah, that dude, so good. Yeah, that Yukue Fumei, it's crazy. I think that's like their first like album too, and it really just came out of nowhere. I feel like that's one that still needs like time to blow up. Because I feel like right now it's kind of in a if you know you know sort of status. It is cool that they released it on Bandcamp, so I think that will definitely help with outreach. And I think when I make my next Bandcamp video, I definitely want to cover it. But it's been like 5 months since my last Bandcamp video, so I've got a lot to catch up on. So I really have to pick and choose who I have in my next one because I think like my list of like, well, it's kind of like a list of releases that I just kind of maintain, and I am like 50 artists deep. So I think I can maybe get through like 15 per video. But then in the time between my videos, more artists release their stuff on Bandcamp, so it's like I can just never really get ahead of it. But I mean, it is what it is, you know. Yes, I have listened to the new TV Tairiku Ondo. Their name still trips me up. I have a little write up that I made, so let me see if I can find that and read that off for you. It's in one of my listening threads on Twitter. Yeah, that was super cool. So that was my first time listening to them, and it left a really good impression. I'll definitely say that. Okay. So I said, um, so this is in regards to Terubi Tairiku Ondo no versus Tairiku Ondo. So I said, this immediately reminds me of weird noise-based Japanese punk bands like Otori, while also sounding like the discordant early music of Black Midi and Squid. Usually I find this music hard to listen to recreationally, even if I do enjoy it, but there's something deeply melodic about the music here that doesn't actually cause me any kind of discomfort while listening. I don't know how they manage that, but something about this just really works for me. That was my little blurb. Yes, that Trooper Salute album. I don't want to say it's like in contention for my album of the year because now there's like a good handful that are. But man, it is really something else. It is crazy. And I think not only is it just amazing because of like the quality of the songs, I think it's amazing because the band that made it was coming off of these like cute, fun, little romp of an EPs. And then they come out with this like artistic, like masterpiece just out of nowhere. And it's like amazing. So I think that's really cool, and that's kind of like what is really leading them for album of the year in my mind is because like this is just such an amazing showing for like your first album. And not only that, for it to sound so much more like mature versus all of your other material released to date is like really impressive too. Now there were like a few hints of like what we would see on the Trooper Salute album from their EPs, like the final one from Trooper Salute 2, which is like what is it? It's like food. It's like who's that? Right? I believe is what it's called. Like that is very much in the style of this like new album. Yeah, 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 yeah. And so, I think you could always tell that they were planning to kind of go in that more rock direction. But even when they do, they still stay very jazzy. And actually, something else that I really like too that I don't think I've seen people talk about enough is how much the keyboardist Kolmia is singing. He sounds great. And he's doing like lead vocals on like three or four of the songs too. And he really didn't participate that much throughout their EP work. So I'm loving him here. And I got a like reply on Twitter that was like, "Oh, is it just me, or is the Trooper Salute album just kind of get a little bit like stale throughout its runtime?" And I'm like, honestly, maybe a little bit. However, my counters to that are that they are like shifting genres like every so often, where it's like fun jazz, or it's like art rock, or it's like shoegaze, or it's that I think it's the song Wajie. Is this like kind of electro bedroom pop sort of like bow, 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 bow. And it's like there's so much variety on there. So sure it or no, no, no. The stale comment was about the singer's voice staying the same and kind of like making everything seem like sort of samey, which I was like yeah, sure, kind of. But I think the inclusion of Komia on vocals really helps to like smooth that out, at least for me. And I love hearing it too. I really like his voice. It's like very like sharp dull, right? Where it's sharp in that he's like staying within the same like very limited set of like keys, if you will, with his vocal pitch. But he's so like smooth when he sings it. It just sounds great, even though he has like very little range. Now it's possible he actually has more range and he just was not like using it. And I guess we'll find out like more about that in the future. But I think he sounds great, and I really like him when he sings with Musashi, who is the lead singer of the band. Um, I think they're all just killing it in like every freaking way. So, yeah, love the new Trooper Salute. I can't stop talking about it. I listen to it almost every single day, and I think I plan to. It's just that good, and I really want to buy it physically, but that's gonna take me a bit. Because either I can pay a ton to get it shipped here, or I can like go to a live show, have fun there, buy the CD there, and hopefully everyone already has the CD by that point. So when I go to buy it live, they have it in stock. So, or I guess worst comes to worst, I'll hit up a Tower Records like I always do. So, okay, so I gotta say, pretty good questions so far. Like these have been very fun for me. So, if no one else has any at the moment, let me talk about kind of that announcement and reveal thing that I have in my video coming up in an hour and a half. So I'm not going to show you. I'm not going to say who's in it, but in case you're like not looped in, so let me start with the reveal that it is in regards to an intro and an outro for videos on my channel. So I had shown off a like little intro song in my Tokyo travel video. So that was from the guitarist of a band called from Kakure Mono, and their music's cool, dude. It's awesome, actually. Their EP came out back in like March. It's fucking sick. Okay, like straight up. So I got to work with the guitarist from that. Love that. So his song is going to be used in conjunction with this other song that I had someone make for the intro. So the reveal, I suppose, is I have a new intro song from an artist that I think is like one of the coolest out there, and I talk about a lot. Maybe not so much on my channel, but I do talk about him on my Twitter all the time, and I listen to his music, his solo music and his band's music all the time. So I'm super excited. I guess one thing I can say is if you saw my Tokyo travel video, I saw his band play. That's all I'll say. So check that out. But also, the second announcement that's part of that is the intro animation, which is done by the person who made my favorite music video from last year. So I kind of got like two of my favorites, like to like ever do it, to work on my intro video or on my intro cinematic for my videos. So I'm very excited to show those off because I think they are. Don't no, it's not obvious. You don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy. But it's something that I have like had to like you know keep close to my chest for like months now. Like I think I started I started working with the guitarist from Kakure Mono. I think in like late March. Um, and then I got the animation started. I think in like early April, and then the artist who's making the song for it in like mid-April. So I have like known about like this whole project for like a little over 2 months, and I've just been like quietly teasing it. But like I want to show it off so bad, and I am excited to finally be able to do that starting today. And like I said, like an hour and a half for my 2-year anniversary video. But so the 2-year anniversary video will start with the song from the guitarist from Kakure Mono and the animation. And then like halfway through, I play it with the new song with the like other artists who also actually did the outro song too. So I'll be using the outro song in my video outros where like have my like links to subscribe, other videos, and then all of my patrons too. So I think it's going to be a cool kind of production what I got going on here too. So I'm very excited to show it off, to have everyone see it, and to be like like I don't know, like I don't want to pat myself on the back because I didn't do anything, but like I'm just so happy to like have worked with these collaborators. I think it's so cool. Like I'm so excited. So I'm patting myself on the back for um replying to someone, I suppose. But okay, new question coming in. How much of an achievement does this represent to you though? Um, yeah, I think it's super cool. I say it a lot in the anniversary video, where I'm just like, "Oh, this is the coolest thing ever. This is the coolest thing ever." Like, I think in my original recording, I literally said that like 4 or 5 times. But I do mean it. But it is like kind of like hyperbolic when you say it like multiple times over about like different things because they can't like all be like the coolest thing ever. But like I truly love just like working on videos, working with the artists I talk about too. Like I don't like to name drop, and I'm certainly not going to do it here. But like I have people in my DMs that I never thought I would have in my DMs, and it's the coolest thing ever. Okay, um, like for so I talked about it in the anniversary video a little bit. The guy who is making the new intro, or the new intro song, he reached out to me on my birthday, and it was like, come on, man, like that's so cool, like come on, like that's awesome. So it's kind of just like a match made in heaven. So can I tease it? Do you guys want me to tease it a little bit more? So like I just said, the guy making the music, I saw in Tokyo this year, and I talked about seeing in Tokyo this year. I will also say that, well, I don't know if this helps or not, but the band that he's in, I talked about their music in a solo review from last year, and um, this guy and his band got nominations, multiple, in my awards video last year too. So I feel like you're all thinking of who it is, but it's actually not. But I'm trying to keep it so vague that you think it is who you think it is. I'll say that. So Um, yeah, so I think that's kind of all I have to talk about for the anniversary video, and like especially with it coming out in like an hour. I feel like I don't need to like go over it too much, and it's also kind of like stuff you would already know if you watch my channel, right? Like if you've been watching my videos for the like last year, you'll probably know what I'll be talking about in regards to videos from the last year. It's a 10-minute video, so strap in. The first 5 minutes are like looking back, right? And then like the last 5 minutes are like a quick channel update. It's nothing like crazy. I guess I can even like say it here if you are so interested. But I plan to not commit so much to a new video every week just because I need time to like really make some really good ones. I still plan to release a video pretty much every week, but I think like for example, next week I'm not coming out with a video because I need a vacation. Oh my god, I need a vacation. But then after that, I'll probably come back with my favorite EPs of June list, and then in July too, I do plan to release my Harunimuri video essay, which I've been like hyping up for almost a year now. But I was working on it yesterday. It's down to 45 minutes. I've got like 20 more minutes of raw footage to go through. So I think it'll probably end up being like 40 minutes with a quick little I guess like impromptu intro and outro, kind of like what I had with the Hakushi Hasegawa video. And then like everything inside of that is going to be scripted, which is taking me forever because I am just awful at reading off scripted stuff. So not only do I do a lot of takes when I record, I do a lot of editing when I edit, and I just sound like a mess. So hopefully you guys think it's okay. But I like the content, and I might even go back to record more to flesh out some of my statements in the video. But I definitely want to like release it before the end of July, because one, I need to get this thing out. I need to move on with my goddamn life. But two, I need to really set, um, I guess, what's the word like, um, deadlines for myself, or else I just never finish anything. So I need to get it out by the end of July. So it's definitely coming out by the end of July. So yeah, that's really the only update like that I have. But that's also like nothing new, right? Where I think I took off like 2 or 3 weeks to finish up the Hakushi Hasegawa video. I took like a week or two off to finish off the awards video. So it's nothing like new, but I just want to make it more socially acceptable, I suppose, for me to not have a video out every week because sometimes my videos just need more time. But I just really wanted to get that, I guess, on the record. So that's the only update. So, oh, last question. What's your favorite sampled sound from Palmu 99999? In their new song that came out this week, um, it's titled, I think it's like Envy, or is it Empty? It's coming out on the Inner Sync Avis compilation album. I think that's the one that comes out on the 8th of July. The song starts off with the sound effect that goes fa, and I just think that's really funny. So I think that's my favorite. Though there was that like 6-7 mention on one of their songs from their album a few months ago, and that was sort of cute, even though it's a little bit out of date. Like at this point, it's still cute, I feel like. But like I just think that starting off your song with "fa" that goes crazy. So I really think that's my favorite. Though that might also just be recency bias as well. So good question. That's a really good question. I really love that. Let me think if there's anything else. So I think when I announced this live stream on Twitter, I was like, oh, I might even do some like I guess like housekeeping like vinyl wise, because I've gotten a lot of vinyl over the past like year that I have not entered into my Discogs account. So I don't know if I want to really do that like right here, right now. I guess it could be fun, but I feel like it's such a production. I don't want to like actually do it. Like I'm not working with like a ton of like table space here, as you can sort of see. Like I've got like that much, so probably not gonna happen. But yeah, like um I guess that does actually bring me to another thing that I plan to do, and that is that I want to do a like room tour or like apartment tour at some point, and probably put that video on my Patreon just because my Patreon kind of needs some more content on it too. But I'm not so much doing it to like show off my apartment because I don't think like anyone cares. I do want to kind of like show off like what I'm working with like music wise though. Um, Here and around my apartment. Like I can show off my like vinyl collection a little bit more. Like right off to the side here. Well, I don't know how well I can like maneuver you. I've got like some manga. I've got some cassettes. It's very disorderly, but like I've just kind of got like stuff all over. So I think that might be cool to show. Like I've even got my bet cover little CD here, which is if you saw my Tokyo video, you would know that this is Gcon by Beckhover, and this is just how it comes in the packaging. It comes with like newspaper, and the CD is in here, and then like this is like the like cover. So I've just got like cool stuff all over that I kind of want to show off. Like here in the background, I've got my signed turnover poster from last year, and I actually plan to put up some more posters, but that's coming in that's coming in a video that you'll have to wait and see because it's kind of low key a secret too. So I can't talk about it too much. But I got some signed posters I need to put up. I'll say that much. But yeah, I've got my signed turnover poster over here. I can probably move this a little bit. And if you haven't heard it, their album from last year is super. Or sorry, their album from this year. It's actually really good and a nice return to form because I felt like their last like two albums were kind of mid as hell, and this one is a lot better. I'll say that. Bigst, is that how you say it, or is that like an L? Is that an L or an I? Bigst. Recently discovered this band. Their albums are absolutely insane. I don't know this one. Bigst. Is this a Japanese band too? Okay, maybe it is an L. Okay. Yeah, let me see if I can check that out. Okay, cool. You can copy and paste. Oh, they're from forever ago, 2004, 2005, 2011. No, I don't know them, but I will check it out. Do you have like a recommendation like for what I should listen to first? Ryugetsu. Hmm. I said that like I would like speak Japanese on the live stream, but like no one's spoken Japanese to me yet, so like I haven't had a chance. But if you're lurking, hit a guy up. So I'm gonna move this back. There we go. Oh, yeah. So one other thing I should say too is that like I'm doing this in my, I guess it's like I guess it's like a computer room or like my office, if you will. I've got like more of my apartment like over there, and there's a lot more like furnishings. But since like I'm not making my office like look pretty or cool in like any way, it's extremely bare bones, as you can see. Um, okay, wait, yeah, there we go. Blueprint or unmanned TV. Okay. Wait, am I maybe not looking at the right ones? Because like nothing is named that. Are those EPs or are those? Oh wait, are those songs? High Water. announcing a new release, and when I did, I liked it. No, I don't know High Water. Oh, I see what you mean. The White Album. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, I'm adding that to my library. I will check it out. I would really like to like play music on the stream, but from what I've heard, like that can like instantly get you like a copyright notice. So I'm like, guess I'm not doing that. Um, but I would like to so I have like worked with other artists in the past to like license out their music, if you will. I worked with Doer and Beachside Talks for the awards video, and then Katie Ford from Sad Happy Birthdays let me use her music too, which I got a copyright strike for that anyway, but her record label like never responded to the dispute, so it just fell off, which I was like, dogs, why even like put it on there automatically? Like that's so lame. Like I feel like if there was some manual way for the labels to have a search conducted for videos using their like music, sure, makes 100% sense. But like when it's automatic like that, like come on, bro. Like, ooh, there goes my charger. Like, dude, it's like maybe they don't even care about the copyright, right? Like for instance, my good homie Mr. Doer. All right, we love we love Doer. He's so great. He had a tweet like last week, like, "Hey, I don't care who uses my music. Just like use it for whatever you want. I don't care. It's super cool that you even listen to it. Just please like use my music for whatever." And I wish more artists were like that because one, it really gets your like music out there. It- but also two, like I just think that it makes it so much easier, for people to like you as a person when you are just so like non-corporate, I suppose, like that. I don't know. Oh, so sorry. So like for high water, should I be saying it like high vot or like high water, like in German, or is it still like high water? Yeah, I do the Trump voice like way too often, so I'm gonna try not to now because if I start, I will not be able to stop. Oh, they have an EP from what is it? May. Okay, yeah, yeah. I will add that to my listening list too. Thank you. Solitudes. Oh, okay. So on Spotify, it says fans also like Calormal, The Still, very based, Zoo, Timmy, TTUD, Cementos, very based, Carpenter's Blue, very based, friend of the show, Carpenter's Blue. No Hell, very based, Teichi, very based. Okay, I think I will probably like this a lot just based off that. Because like I like pretty much every artist on that list. So that's awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah, thank you for that because I did kind of miss that. All right, I'm trying to think what else I can go over. Um, not too much. I feel like I've talked about all that's coming down the pipeline. Um, there is like one artist I want to interview next, but I don't know if I'll get a chance to. But actually, there's another band that I want to interview as well. So I might put out some feelers for that because I haven't already. Though I've talked to multiple of their members in the past, so I think I might be able to get something going there. But I definitely want to do the one artist that I'm thinking of who just released an album recently. I'll let you know if that comes to fruition because like I haven't reached out about it, so I don't want to like say who just yet. But I definitely want to do this one solo artist and this one band that I really like. So and also, I think I need some like water super bad. I am losing my voice a little bit, going a little bit raw, and I'm pretty much out. So I will be right back in like 2 seconds. Okay. So maybe I should have come up with like some kind of agenda for this, but I really do not have one. Do you guys have any other questions or
things you're curious about, like the channel or just my opinions in general, because I feel like generally I am a very opinionated person. And like because of that, I only like to broadcast the like good ones because I don't like just want to be like too negative about like something I listen to, or like not even just like exclusively to like music. But if you're interested, like I feel like there's one question you could ask me like right now that like no one has, and maybe that's like out of like respect or something. But like no one's asked like what is your least favorite of or like EP or album so far this year, and that is actually one thing I would have to think about. Um, because I don't listen to music I don't like. Believe it or not, I know that's crazy, but I feel like there isn't a lot that I don't like. There is some stuff that like I just won't be like too interested in after listening to it, but I wouldn't say like there's anything that like I don't like. Um, like let me like check out my big old listening list. I guess one thing I can talk about, which you would know my opinion on if you follow me on Twitter, but if you don't, then you would have like no idea about this like whatsoever. But I am something of an Anon Kawatani hater. He is the lead singer of Indigo La End. He's in all kinds of bands such as Jenny High. He's in Getsu no Kiwami Otome. He has another band which I only found out about like within the last few weeks called Rice San. I think is what it's either like Rice Sen or Rice San. I don't like him. I think his music is trite. I think he should have started switching up his sound 10 years ago. But despite that, he goes on. He keeps making music even though I've asked him not to. He came out, or so him and Indigo La End came out with an album last year called Molting and Dancing. I thought instrumentally it was fine, and in some like instances even pretty good, but his fucking voice and how he never changes it up, and how there's like one song on there in particular called like Tokyo something or other that is just one of the worst songs that I've like ever heard in my whole life. Okay, I was so excited to hate on more of his music this year, and then he came out, or so him and that band like Raison came out with an EP back in like March or May. Not bad. He only plays guitar on there, so he shut up. Thank God. And he sounds good on guitar. And that EP, not bad. Off off the top of my head, I'm gonna give it a 6. There's the final song on the EP, which is called like not Saihote. So like lately, I've been listening to a song called Saihote, and then Naru no Hate, which is the final song on the Trooper Salute album, and they've all just been like mixing up in my head like crazy. It's called Hatenai, the Raison song. Probably one of the best songs he's ever been on in his career. It sounds wonderful. It's like kind of a little bit poppy. I really legitimately love that song. I'll link it here in Spotify, not because I want you to listen to it, but in case you want to click on the link and like see what I'm talking about. I think this is like the easiest way. So that's it. I think that song is awesome. But much to my surprise, Indigo La End actually released their newest album 2 days ago. And I think it's really good. And I hate saying that. Instrumentally, it's like beautiful. It takes all kinds of new like leaps and bounds. And then on top of that too, Anon is singing in like all kinds of new like ways and styles, and that is like exactly what I wanted to hear from him for like years and years now. So we're kind of so back, actually. Like I stopped liking Indigo La End probably after their like third album because like it was just more of the same every single song. But this is something new, and I really like it. And I think if you've like sort of felt that same way about his career and all of his bands, where they all just sound like him, this is such a like nice breath of fresh air, and I really recommend it. This new album is. I just knocked over my charger again. Sorry, one sec. Okay. Um, let me link the new album too. It has my stamp of approval. Copy. Oh, no, no, no. Copy link to album. But yeah, this is not bad. I actually really like it. I really recommend it. Um, it really, like, I guess I would say, like, goes places. I guess, like, it's still not like anything like revolutionary because it's this like mainstream rock album from like one of the, no, I would even say the most prolific, like, like songwriter in Japan for the past like 15 years. So it's nothing like revolutionary. It's still more of the same. I just think he's getting a lot more creative with the sound, which, like I said, exactly what I want to hear. Oh my god! Finally, Jesus. Oh, okay, yeah. So that question there about instruments. So yeah, I used to play instruments. When I was in middle school, I played the drums and then I switched to guitar and then I switched to bass. So bass was like the last thing I played. But that was like middle school and I just like completely like lost not only those like skills but also like my like not hand-eye coordination but just my like coordination on a guitar. Like I still have a guitar over here. But like here we go. But like I just don't use it. Which sucks. I wish I did. But yeah, I kind of just like lost all my playing skills like in every way. Like I do like to sing, I do like karaoke. So I think if I was ever like in a band, I would probably want to be the singer. Not that I'm like a great singer or anything, but I just cannot play instruments. That is just not a skill I have. Like unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I could probably start a band by myself that is like mid as hell, can barely play their own instruments. it, would, it would be sick. But yeah, so I used to, and I still would like to make music, but I would probably do so like via some kind of like electronic, like why can't I think of it? It's not APK. What's the acronym? I, I I simply can't think of it. But yeah, so I think if I did make music, which I would like to do, I would like to do it via some kind of like electronic means. One other thing I will say too is that I think it's really important for someone who talks about music and also, you know, more importantly, critiques music to be able to make it themselves. I think that, you know, just makes you empathize with the whole recording process, writing process, and also editing process a lot more. So I think it's not, not that it's not fair. I just think that you should put your money where your mouth is if you're going to critique music by making your own and then getting critiqued on it as well. And I think when you start out doing that, there is like no shot in hell that you're going to come out with some kind of like masterpiece. I just think you need to understand the process and the skill that is involved if you really want to do the reviewer job correctly. That's my take. You know, I am like so mixed up on like all of the members of the Cabs. Is he the one who's also the guy from? I also don't know how to say it. Is it Österreich? Österreich? Is he that guy as well? I sincerely don't remember. Like, so for me, like, I stopped thinking about the Cabs for like a good like 10 years there because like they stopped thinking about the Cabs for 10 years there, and like now that they're back and releasing new music, it's like okay, I do kind of have to like re-review everything, you know, like I have to like refresh myself on like their whole body of work and their members and their history. So that's something I actually do need to get back to at some point. That's it too, though. Hopefully, you guys have heard that new song by the Cabs. It's called like "From Paris" or something that came out 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's cool. It's super cool. I feel like unfortunately they're at a bit of a disadvantage at the moment because like they set such a high standard for like the industry as a whole. So I feel like a lot of people in the subsequent years have made music that sounds a lot like the Cabs. So when the Cabs comes out with new music, it's like, oh, it doesn't sound too special. Like it's cool that they are making new music, but like that new song didn't wow me, kind of like how I hoped it would. But also maybe that's just like a very unfair like expectation. But I do like the song. It's just not like mind blowing as their like first track back. I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's the drummer. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you. Hmm. Speaking of drummers, the drummer for Trooper Salute, man, holy, oh my god, he's doing an incredible job. Like on that like whole album. I guess I will leak a little bit of info here. For this year's awards category, he is nominated for best percussionist, at least for now. His name is Kyon. But one of the other runners up for now is Hajime Okawa, who is the percussionist, well, I guess the drummer for the band Sheer Sucker or Sheer Sucker. Um, they came out with their debut album, I think last month now. It's called My Own or My Own Owner. It's cool because it is produced by the lead singer of Not Wonk, who is one of my favorites ever. His name is Shuhei Kato, and the lead singer is also named like something Kato, so it might he might be like related to Shuhei because he sings and sounds a lot like Shuhei. And not only that, their music is kind of like art rock, jazz, freeform rock, punk, art rock. So I feel like they might be family. And also, not only that, they're from Hokkaido, where not Wonk is from. So unless it's like a very popular regional like last name, I think they're related, but I have not been able to find anything to prove that. But yeah, so runners up are Kion from Trooper Salutes and Hajime from Shirsuker. I really recommend that album. The like first song will get you into it. Let me even grab it. Yeah, I kind of am making a little bit of a family tree, huh? Okay, maybe I can play like the first few measures of that first song on stream here. It's probably going to sound awful though because I'm playing it like from my phone into my like laptop mic, but you only need to hear the drums, so I think that's going to be fine no matter what. I don't know if you can hear the bass. But yeah, that one's cool. And so is another song called Guardian Share. Oh shit. Yeah, they're super cool. I really like it. I think like after my second listen of the album, I like immediately purchased it on Bandcamp because I was like, I gotta pay these guys for this. Like, it's so cool. It's so cool. Yeah, right. It's a really cool album. I really like it. And like I said, I really think they're related to Not Wonk in some way. So if we get like more of a collaboration at the very least with them and like Shuhei Koto, sounds good to me. Oh, but let's talk about some music news. Okay, how are we feeling about that new Hakushi Hasegawa album and song? All right, like what's the vibe with that? Because I am excited. I think that's so cool. Um, and it's like interesting that like they're starting a new band called Haha and the Hairpins. I think that's super cute. And I like the like Haha name for like Hakushi Hasegawa. Haha. So cool. I am really looking forward to it. I would assume that everyone here knows that I made my like video essay on their album from 2024 that came out last year. Um, so I really like their music. I think they are super cool. This new single is like just so weird. I don't know what to think of it. You know, I'm rocking with it, but it's like a mess. It's kind of a mess, but that's also, of course, like nothing new for Hakushi. Um, I would say that this is a lot more similar to their first two albums. Not so much Mahogako. I feel like Mahogako was very much centered on a core concept and what it was trying to say about that concept and show about that concept lyrically and also like musically too. This one though, I really don't know how things are going to pan out because this just seems like such a weirdo, loosey song that it could kind of go anywhere. So if you've heard it, let me know because I haven't actually had a chance to really like talk to anyone about the single yet. Um, and I don't think it's going to be everyone's cup of tea. I feel like it's almost not my cup of tea, but I think in the context of the album, I think it will be a lot more like discernible. I think is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so they dropped a single. It's called like it, it's just like a mess of words. Frankly, yeah, they showed off the track list for the new album, and the one we got today is called "The Owner of Sweetness." It's 4 minutes long. It's crazy, but like also too, I love that album art. It's by a manga artist, a shoujo manga artist, who it's like her name is like George Akashi or something like that. And like the art's beautiful. Like it like oh my god, man. So cool. Yeah. It's wonderful art. So check that out if you haven't yet. If you don't like experimental electronic music, you will not like this because it is just so out there even for the genre. But I think if you could make it through songs such as like Departed from Mahogako, you'll be fine. But this thing is abrasive. This thing is crazy. Yeah. George Asakura. Yeah. And then I think the album comes out in what, like August, I want to say. So not too much longer. Oh, but what has me very excited about that is so Hakushi released like the track list and the personnel list. And you know, the great thing about that is we saw that on tracks. Hold on, I do actually have to like look it up now. On tracks, one. Wait, hold on. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 13. We have Kei Matsumaru on saxophone. Kei Matsumaru, I think looking back, was probably the best musician who made music in 2025. If you don't know who he is, I hope you do. He was the saxophonist on the Bet Cover album. He toured with them too. He was the saxophonist on the Meiko Ishibashi album. Wonderful. He was also the saxophonist on the Dos Monos album. He was everywhere and he killed it in like every instance. So for him to be the saxophonist on this Hakushi album, that's kind of awesome, right? That's kind of fucking sick. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I think if you're like familiar with Hakushi's music in like any way, I think you'll be fine listening to this song. I just think that like if someone comes from a like you know easy listening jazz background, they might find something to like about it, but it's a weird listen for sure. I'll say that. Okay, let me think. What else do I got going on here? Um, oh yeah. So what got announced today is the new Haku album, which I cannot wait for. I think it's gonna be sick because they have been just releasing heater after heater after heater for like a year and a half, 2 years now. So I have very high hopes for this new album, which I think they actually released the title for as well. I want to say, where is it? Yeah, it's called Sekai ga Kawaru Toki. So like, I'm just saying like how colloquial I want to get with this. Like, you could say like the times they are changing, but like the like the very lit or the very literal translation would probably be like the time in which the world changes, but I feel like you can really spruce that up a lot more. But I'm excited. Um, yeah, I think it will be sick. Like especially like the songs that they've confirmed to be on there are Soreshika Ie Nai, Muchu Neko, Sekai Fuarin, and then their newest song, which is like I think it's just called Uchu Sen Hato. Is it Ban? I always forget what that like last kanji is in the context of like being used as a counter word. Um, but like surely there's more than just those like six songs on there, right? Especially with like four of them. No, no, no. Three of them having come from an album or from an EP, one already being a single. So that only leaves like two songs we haven't heard. So surely, I'm like not even like looking at the fucking thing right. And then it says Hokka, Shinkyoku go kyoku shuroku yote. So that means they also plan to record five more songs. So, okay. Might be. Oh, Haku. Boy, do I have some Connor content for you, my friend. Um, so, Haku, they are a kind of like pop rock, math pop, pop rock. Hey, my guy. Yeah, so they are kind of a cutesy little pop outfit. Um, sorry, I'm getting some text from someone watching my live stream right now. It's very cute. Hello. Yeah, so Haku is doing all kinds of like really cool pop rocky music that is just fun to listen to. But not only that, the musicians are like incredibly skilled. Two of their members got artist nominations in my awards video last year because like they are incredible. Like they make such like fun, pleasing, just nice to listen to music, yet at their core, their music is like so complex and like you have to be skilled to really like play their music. Like it's literally insane how good of musicians they are. And it's also insane that they are really accruing all of this recognition because like they are just like fun to listen to. So they're coming out with a new album. I think they said on 9/9. Now, like I said, I've got some fun Kata content for you. I talked about their EP from last year. Fantastic. Love it a ton. It's called Catch. I have it on CD, I think, in my other room. They came out with an EP in March called, I think, was it just called Sekai? I think. Wonderful. Love it. I went on tour with them in September of last year for a few of their dates in Canada. They are coming to Canada again this year. I talked about them in my Next Music from Tokyo video there. If you've seen that, then that was one of the bands that I talked about. Um, so get some tickets if you can. They're only like $35 and they're playing all across Canada. So if you live in the US, think about it. You know, you can go to like the Toronto show or the Vancouver show, or I think it's in like Montreal is the other one. Because here's my like logic, right? Let's say you love Haku. Okay, you love Haku, or you love any of the three other bands that are going to be playing, right? You can either drive up or take a plane to Canada for, let's say, like $200. Okay, stay like maybe overnight or for 2 nights. That's maybe another like $200. Okay, so for like 450 total, you can see this band from Japan that you might never see outside of Japan. And I mention that specifically because it is so expensive to go to Japan right now. Like, let's say you like start to love Haku and you now really want to see them super, super bad, right? You're like probably gonna have to pay like $1,100. Or you can stay within your same time zone, right? And just fly north. It's that easy. And not only that, for the ticket for $35, you get to see three other bands who are all fantastic. I've vetted them. I've talked about them forever. It's Shios, it's Yureru wa Yure, and it is Pudelhuns, or no, sorry, Pudelhuns. It's not using the German pronunciation there. It's crazy. It's so good. So you save a ton of money by seeing some bands that you are going to end up loving. So I really think if you can go to the Next Music from Tokyo events. I will be there too at the Vancouver shows. I'm going to be like kind of doing the same thing I did last year, where I'll be like taking some background videos and helping out with the tour and all that. But I guess if you are watching this and you are planning to come and you plan to go when I'm going, please come say hi. Or if you just see me IRL ever, please come say hi. I promise I am much more scared of you than you are of me. But my only caveat with that is please don't come say hi if I'm like recording something, because I'm like I'm like working. I don't really consider this like work, but I'm like working, right? So like the second my phone goes down, please come say hi. But yeah, so please go see the show. It is going to be sick. I literally cannot stop talking about Haku enough. I saw them in April as well. So like in the past, or no, I guess I should like the way I should say it is that within a 365-day period, starting in September of this year, I will have seen Haku 5 times live. Okay, they're really good. I promise you, this band fucking rocks. I actually also talked about them in my video from last week about the Strokes, because they have some very Strokes like music. So if you like them, if you like garage rock in that way, that is very like math adjacent, you will like Haku. I feel like once you start listening to them, they're a very easy sell. You can really start with like any song off their like 2 most recent EPs, but I think for me, if I had to like recommend like one Haku song for you to check out as your first, probably Soreshika Ienai, which is from their most recent EP, which is also going to be on this new album, which loving that. It's just like super cool. I really love that band. And like I said, I've got some little gifts for them next time I see them. So gonna be sick. So yeah, please go to the tour if you can. Like I said, this is the easiest way that you will ever have to go see very indie Japanese bands in North America. Because not only is it cheap, but I think if you've been to Japan, you would know that that whole like time zone thing does mess you up a little bit, right? So if you can like fly north and not change time zone in the slightest, you're going to have such like a good time. Like, let's be honest. So that's my recommendation. That is my recommendation of the week. All right. I'm trying to think if like I have any other news. We talked about Hakushi Hasegawa. We talked about Haku. Who else we got? And yeah, like how obvious is it that I'm like losing my voice like crazy? Like this is what happens when I record. Like I really start to like lose my voice after like 30-ish minutes. So when I record something for like an hour, hour and a half, like I think it's very noticeable by the end that I sound dramatically different than like from when I started. So I don't know if I can do any kind of like vocal training. I would hope that I can't because I've been like making videos like this for like 2 years now, right? So if I could have improved like this weakness, oh yeah, we'll talk about Yukiguni in 1 second here. I feel like if I could have like improved my speaking ability, I would have by now, but like maybe it's just getting worse. I don't know. But yeah, let's talk about Yukiguni. So Yukiguni announced their this is their second EP, which comes out. I should have it on my list. Maybe I don't. I think it comes out in like August. I'm cautiously optimistic. Okay, I'll say that because I'm not going to like name drop who said this, but I was talking to someone about the Yukiguni album about a year ago, and she had this take, which I was like, "Oh my god, you're so right." So there was something about that Yukiguni second album from last year that I just could not gel with. I love it instrumentally, and I like it lyrically too, but Eiichi Kyo's vocals, there's something strange going on. And what it is that he's singing in a very high register. He's sung much lower on their Lemuria EP from last year, and then of course on Pothos, their debut album from 2024. But this might be like one of those things where I say it and then it like ruins the listening experience for you because it like once you hear it, you can't unhear it. Okay. So what this person said to me was like, yeah, he sounds weird. He's singing like Mickey Mouse. And I was like, oh fuck. Oh fuck, you're so right. So I think now the challenge is this how he'll sing on this new EP too? Now, I don't mind it. I don't not like it. It's just that whenever I hear it now, I'm like, sounds like Mickey Mouse. So I don't know. I hope he goes back to singing in that lower register because I think that like really made the songs like not leave that impression on me, obviously. But I think it just suits their like strung out kind of emo Midwest emo like that a lot more. Like and like also for like the record too. I really liked Eiichi Kyo's first solo album that came out last year called is it Hashin or no Hoshin. That's a wonderful album. It's beautiful, and there's even some like acoustics Yukiguni songs on there too. Check it out. I love Hoshin. It got nominated in my awards last year too, and then it came out with his second solo album last year as well, and that featured more of the Mickey Mouse vocals. So I'm not as hot on that, but also I just like the songs on that first solo album more. But with all that said, I'm hoping that he sings lower on the new EP. But only one way to find out, and that's when it actually comes out. Because I don't think there's like a single yet. Yes, yeah, it's a lot like frankly, I just love how he sounds on Potos and Lemuria. Though I feel like he is kind of in that midway point on Lemuria where he is singing a little bit higher. But he's still like for the most part singing normal or like mid-level, if you will. But he just cranked it up on Shion like crazy. Still though, love the songs. They're great. And then of course he contributed to the Ray album last year too with like the final song on the Ray album, which was wonderful. I think I think even if like Eiichi Kyo's I guess sorry, I'm like really losing my voice now. I think if his vocals change, his guitar playing is still like pristine, like every single song he's on. So I guess even if he wants to make a like fully acoustic album with like no vocals, love that. Thing is, or thing I want to say also is that I feel that HQ have more control on his voice. Yeah, I think I do kind of feel like he is like the glue, kind of like tying everything together here for Yukiguni. Like like I love everyone in Yukiguni. Like they're all doing fantastic jobs, but like it is somewhat of the like HEQ show. But I don't mind that, dude, because like they sound amazing in coordination with him. So it's kind of a they all need each other sort of situation, which not such a bad thing. Though it does kind of worry me like what would happen if someone like leaves the band because I do feel like that would really alter the sound and the identity of the band quite a bit. So hopefully that never happens though. I think, if you're a fan of Japanese music, you're kind of used to members just floating in and out of bands sometimes. So it's probably going to happen at some point. I just hope no time soon. Really, really hope so. Yeah. So that's actually something that I want to say. Oh, so the comment here is that they said also hope the drummer puts more variety with the drumming patterns. That's another kind of issue that I had with Shion as well. It sounds so derivative of Potos, right? It sounds so much like so many of the songs on Potos. Like there are even some like direct same melodies, not only in the way that the instruments are played, but also in Ichikyo's like singing too. Like it's weird. It's so weird. So like for that reason, like most of the time when I want to listen to Yukiguni, I really just listen to either Potos or Lemuria because like Shion is just like a retread in so many ways, and that's just so like weird. Like you can kind of like chop it up to like it being the band's like style and signature sound, but when it's like copy and paste the same stuff, that's weird. That's weird. So again, that's why like I don't go back to like Shion too much, even though I still like love Shion. Yeah. Nekogasuki143 NGS. Thank you for joining. Hello, hi. Okay, yeah. So Hakushi Hasegawa, Haku, Yukiguni. Who else do we have for like new like news wise? I feel like let me see what I have upcoming. Plastic Poolside, Avis compilations, Layla. I think I saved a few more recently. So like normally what happens is like I see an announcement on Twitter, I take a screenshot of it and then I manually upload it to my list here. A band called 6OL is coming out with an EP. Sonatine Philharmonic has 3 new singles coming out. Oh, actually 2 days ago. I'm assuming we'll probably get a new something from the Odals. They just love making like some kind of EP compilation or album every year. I think last year we got literally an EP, an album, and a compilation. So I think it's likely we get something else this year too, especially because they've already dropped like 2 singles, maybe 3. All right, so let me read that. Let me read that question over there. What prompted you to make this kind of channel and keep you going for 2 years? Is it really because Fantana won't? A little bit, yeah. And I kind of talked about that a little bit in my video about like Ichigo Alba from last year, where I thought his take was like god awful, and he just has generally like it's not even like his fault because like I don't think he has time to review Japanese music all that much, but like there's just so much good music coming out of Japan. It's like someone needs to talk about it, so I guess I might as well. Like with Fantano's like I guess like track record for talking about Japanese music in general, like he almost always covers Ichigo Alba. Cool, I guess. He's super like wishy-washy on Trico. Like he didn't cover their 2017 album nor their 2020 album, yet he covered their 2018 EP. He covered their like 2022 album, and he is just like coincidentally covering their like lesser work. And then he's like, "Oh, like these are fine." I think he like rates them like 6 or 7s, and then he like won't check them out again because he's only listening to their like less good stuff, you know. So of course you won't have a like really good impression of a band if you're only checking in every so often with their like lesser releases. And I think that's like super unfair to the artist, right? Um, so I wanted to rectify that, if you will. Like last year, he gave the like new like Ichigo Alba album a 6. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? A 6? Are you kidding me? Like, what the hell? He reviewed something Japanese recently, right? I feel like not too long ago. Am I making that up? I feel like within the last month he like reviewed a Japanese album. I don't know, but he so he is also like a huge fan of like Harune Muri. Did not cover her new album from last year. Like, what are you doing? Like, huh? I don't get it. So yeah, so that's kind of why like I started, if you will. I started with a grudge, but what prompted me to make this channel really is I just wanted to like talk about Japanese music because I think my friends were just tired of me talking about Japanese music to them because like they just did not care. So I said, well, I gotta like scream it out into the void. So I made my channel, and that is like really the like beginning, the um the like I can only think of the word in Japanese, the kaki kakite. The that is the impetus for the channel. Yeah. Yeah, it kind of does scream back at me a little bit, huh? You are not wrong. You are kind of not wrong. Hold on. I'm like holding off on a sneeze right now. So I'm like literally taking a step back. um, what is ACL? ACL. Oh, actually, one other bit of news. If you can tell me what ACL is, please and thank you. But one other bit of news is, well, I guess it's not like breaking news. The final XYZ album is coming out, I think, in August. Or no. It's either like very late August or like the first day of September. I forget. So I think that's one to look out for because I don't know if you're familiar with the situation with their label. It's weird. I kind of wanted to make a video on it, but the circumstances of the label and the band are so weird. I can't find a good source. So let me start at the beginning here. Okay, so there is a Japanese pop band, or I guess like idol group, if you will, but they're not typical idols. They're like more like pop artists, kind of like verging on K-pop in that they're like sort of taking it more seriously, if you will. It's kind of how I think. So their label is called it's called Whack. Okay. Whack announced late last year. Whack has like 10 bands that they like manage, right? So Wax said last year, we're going to disband every band we own. And it's like, what the fuck do you mean? Right? So I think it's more so of a like publicity marketing kind of thing. But no, they've just like, you know, stood strong with like, we're gonna disband every band. Now they also have a rock band under their management called Kudaranai Ichinichi. I don't think they're disbanding because I mean they're like a four-piece band that only came under the label's management. So I don't think so. I think WAG is only disbanding the idol groups. I would have to think. Not quite sure. So one of those bands is XYZ. So they are coming out with their first album in like late August, and then they're like disbanding a week later. Weird. So I think that environment for the album to release is very interesting. So that's why it's like very notable to me. But I think the larger discussion of the label disbanding everyone, and not only that too. So they so they announced they're going to disband everyone, but then they're going to remake some of the groups, and they were doing completely open auditions with people in the industry and not in the industry. So if you're just like a regular person, you could have applied to be in one of these now disbanding bands. But also, if you're in the disbanding bands, you have to re-go through the trial process to be in the band again. So in a way, it's kind of like an idol battle royale, which as a concept I love, but the concept is so inherently confusing, I don't understand it. so the marketing of the initiative is, I think, kind of poor in my mind. It's also weird that like they haven't like released much about it in English, considering Whack as an agency tours their artists in the UK frequently. So it's weird that they're like not capitalizing on like any kind of English fan base in the slightest, because they tour outside in English speaking countries so often. Oh wow, I'm really losing my voice. Goddamn. So yeah, so I think it's a really interesting facet of the industry that they are in and are trying to navigate and make waves in. It's weird. I think I like it. I just wish the messaging was a lot more clear. Right. Yeah, it's a weird ass situation. I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay. Ackle is basically top tier recent emo revival band from 2019, and they released a split EP with Ubioti. Ooh. Ooh. I lost a ring. One of my rings just fell off. I don't know where it is. Okay, well, I just lost a ring. I guess I'll find it later. Okay, yeah, I will definitely check that out then, because I like Ubioti, and I like how you specifically said recent emo revival, because that is something I think I talked about that in a video recently, right? I think in my EPs video. I think I did. Like, it's just hard for me to like keep straight what I've already said and what I plan to say that I've like already scripted out. So I think I've said it though. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. That's super cool. UBOD 2 from last year was fucking sick. So, oh yeah, Uchune Koko. So I'm I'm familiar with the artist, but she's like doing something new where there's like a band now, right? Like like isn't that the vibe? There's like, or like at the very least it's like the Uchune Koko like actual like person who like started the band, and now there's like a second person in the band. I'm only kind of like somewhat looped in because it seems like it's another situation where it's just like not very well marketed yet. I'm gonna try to find my ring. I truly don't know what happened to it. And like, it could kind of be anywhere, I feel like. Okay, well, I guess I'll look for it later. Yeah, so I actually am excited for that. When does that come out again? I don't think I officially added that to my watch list yet. I can't even find them on Twitter. No, Twitter. Oh, it's under Universe Coco. That's right. Okay. Oh yeah, they're doing that live show with Beachside Talks. I would love to go to that. I love Beachside Talks, you guys. They've got their like single collection coming out on the I think 27th, which is today. Hold on. Is it out in my area yet? Nope. I don't think it is. I think it comes out today, right? So yeah, I guess a little look behind the curtain. I talked at the beginning of this about artists that I want to interview, and Beachside Talks is one of those. I really like Beachside Talks. I love them a lot. Yeah, no, it's supposed to come out today. Okay, so maybe at like 9 p.m. PST. Maybe if I switch on my VPN, might work for me. And I am just so excited for that Haku album. I think even in like one of my recent videos, because I think in my past two I've talked about Haku, or no, well within the past month I've talked about them two separate times. I was like, I need a new album. I need a new album. That's my power. That's what I got. Oh, and you know what? So actually, just to do a little bit more to solicit their tour in Canada. Again, the tickets $35 all across Canada. Next music from Tokyo.com. So you can see them live. This is actually going to be super cool because this is going to be so the tour is in like the third week of September. So their album comes out like 2 weeks prior to this. So you might be some of the first people to ever like even hear this album like live, which is cool as hell. But not only that, what they did last year was they were doing like signings for everyone's stuff. So you also might be one of the first few people to get your album signed by the band. How cool would that be? So again, next music from Tokyo.com. Tickets are $35 across 3 cities. There are 5 total shows. If you live in the US or you live in Canada, it's somewhat easy to get to. Like for me, I'm in Seattle. So when I go to Vancouver, it's only like 3 hours. So just go right up and I see a show. It's that easy. And let me think. Aside from that, what other news is there? Oh, I guess there's some like sad news. We could get into the sad news section of the live stream. So, I think it was about like a week ago now. The longtime bassist for Beck Cover announced he was leaving. Fuck. No, dude. Oh, I'm actually so mad. I'm so mad. So, if you're not aware, the bassist of I almost said Haku again, of Bet Cover. So he goes by the alias Falcon Man, even though like he has an actual name and we all know who he is. It's just more fun to like only like call him Falcon Man. And they call him Falcon Man because he wears this like pseudo like Falcon superhero Super Sentai like helmet. Um and he's been with the band for like 5 or 6 or 7 years or something like that. And he announced like last week that he's officially like leaving the band. It even seems on like very good terms, to the point where he's leaving the band, but the band is keeping the Falcon Man title to use if they so choose to like replace the guy under the mask. And that's just always been so interesting to me from like um a like shtick perspective, because Beck Cover is like a fairly serious, artistic rock, progressive rock kind of band. And then there's just some dude in a falcon mask wearing a cape playing the bass. Like it's so funny. It's so cool. I love that. But it's never made sense to me. And I've never like needed it to make sense. But it is now weird that he just like will not be there. Okay, I think that sneeze is finally making its way over. Oh boy. Does he wear the helmets in concerts? I have seen footage of it. I think he stopped. So when I saw back cover back in April, he was not wearing it. But also, like, I'm not super like familiar with his face because he's like usually wearing it in the promo. So like it could have been someone else, but I don't think it was. I don't know, but that made me super sad because like he's a great like bass player. Like, oh my god. Um, and yeah, dude, that just like makes me so sad. Um, like there are just so many like instances like throughout their whole discography as back cover that I'm like, fuck, that bass goes crazy. Yeah, like I'm so sad, and it almost like makes me sad too. Like his like work is so, I guess, like prolific in the band's in the band's discography. I almost don't want anyone else to play the songs, but like that's like weird to say. So I think that's like a really bad take, and I don't fully believe it. But it will feel weird not having this masked dude, like play the songs. It's just weird. So that sucks. So that's like maybe some of the worst news from the like Japanese scene I've heard all year. It's like that lead singer of JoJo leaving. Um, there's also that like weird. So it's from like last year, but there's that like weird string of incidences with Bloom Popo, which I'm only kind of looped in on. Like the situation is just so weird and um like it went on for so long that I don't completely understand it. Yes. Yeah. So before I get on that topic, so what Yuhi just said here. So yeah. So instead, Jiro is going to be playing the bass on the songs. So that's like super cool, and I love that. And I'm not surprised because when I saw Beck cover in April, Jiro literally played fucking Go-Go Steam, and he switched between an electric guitar, maracas, a flute, and a saxophone all throughout the same song. He just kept switching instruments. It was crazy. Um, so yeah, I think for him to now add bass to that too is like actually like on a comical level, right? So yeah, it was crazy. So that was because I think Kei Matsumoto had announced that like he was like leaving the lineup, I think like a month or two prior. So, for most of the songs that they played at that concert, Jiro just straight up subbed out the saxophone for his flute playing whenever, or in like pretty much every case. Though when they played Go Go Steam, he actually played the flute and the saxophone on that song. So I wish I had video, but they wouldn't let you take video. So I don't have it. But it was awesome. I swear to God. Yeah, no, seriously. Like, dude, I'm just so happy that, Kei Matsumaru found a new gig with another incredible artist. Dude, Eiko Ishibashi, Bet Cover, Dos Monos, like Hakushi Hasegawa. This dude is like trying to get in on like every genre, or like solely with his saxophone. Like he's like, yeah, I'm gonna do some like chamber pop, some ambient pop. Yeah, I'll be in this like progressive rock jazz band. Yeah, I'm gonna be in this like rap trios whole mix. Yeah, I'm just gonna be in this like experimental hyper pop jazz band. Whatever. I don't care. He's the coolest. He's literally the coolest. Yeah. Well, oh yeah, yeah. So let's talk about that like Bloom Popo situation. So, like I said, I don't know. Like some of you might know more than me. So from what I understand, okay, throughout last year, Bloom Popo kept having to cancel shows because there were these like, like life-threatening threats against the members from some like weirdo online. So like they kept having to like last minute cancel shows because some guy was like, I'm gonna kill you or something. So like they ended up so from what I remember seeing, right, they canceled like at least like 5 shows. Is that crazy? And also too, a lot of these shows were with another band. So now these like, 2-man lives just turned into like 1-man lives. Is that crazy? Like I feel like every week they were like releasing some kind of like oshirase that was like unfortunately we have to cancel this month's like shows because of these like death threats. What the fuck? Mr. Garbage, hello. Come on. Ne? But yeah, so yeah, that that Bloom Popo situation is like scary, if nothing else, right? And I guess that calmed down, or maybe they like caught the perpetrator because like they haven't had to cancel shows in like a long time. So I think like that's over with. But yeah, that's scary. But I think that's all the news. And also too, I think I'll probably be closing the stream here in about 7 minutes. That's the like 2 hour mark, and the video for my 2-year anniversary will come out like right at that time. Actually, I need to finish it a little bit. I need to insert some like links. But yeah, I think I would actually like to do this again at some other point. Maybe when there is some more like news or for a release. I kind of have been thinking about doing that already. It's just hard because like I can't really play music on the streams. I think I could on Twitch. So I was thinking I would like do music listening every week on Twitch. But then it's like my audience is already spread out across so many platforms like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Substack. I don't want to like split it even more on like now Twitch. So I think it makes the most sense to like stick to YouTube. Hey, all right. Well, hey, I mean, Mr. Garbage, if you want to just give me blanket rights to play your music, I I will play your music on the streams happily. So let a guy know. Yeah, you know. Hell yeah. Okay, cool. But yeah, I guess I've got like 5-ish minutes here. So I think before I go, thank you everyone so much for watching. Thank you for coming. Thank you for celebrating this with me. Thank you just for hanging out in general. And also, of course, thank you for sticking around the channel too. I do really appreciate you. And if you do watch my 2-year anniversary video, I think that will be abundantly clear with how many times I'm like, "Thank you for watching. I love you." Like stuff like that. I am 2 years old. In dog years, that's 14 or I don't know, something like that. But yeah, so thank you again for watching. I do really appreciate it. I think you are the coolest because you're my watcher. If you were someone else's watcher, I'd say, I'd spit on you, but you're my watcher, so you're cool. Thank you for watching. Cuckoo Kaka. So true. Well, yeah. Does anyone have any last minute questions before I end the stream? Does anyone want to tell me they have a crush on me? You have 4 minutes. I love you too. Yes, I actually want that CD so bad. I think my next planned trip to Japan is looking to be like probably February. So if you can hold on to it for me until February, I will come get it. I swear to God. Oh God. Bad timing. Really bad timing. Well, don't worry. I'll definitely come again in next year too. So I'm gonna have it all figured out. I'll let you know. We'll work it out. Yeah. Sweet. But yeah, I think next time I go to Japan. Oh, don't have anything left in mind. Hype for next stream on Twitch, maybe. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I think at the very least, I want to stream again on YouTube, maybe only for like an hour, because I think that's really all my voice can like take. Because I'm like really, really in dire straits at the moment. But I definitely want to do this again because like I just like yapping. And I think as like more stuff comes out, I think I will have more to yap about too. Like I think that's why it would be the easiest to do a like weekly release stream, or I guess maybe monthly would be like even easier because then I'll just have like a ton on hand to like talk about, and so will you because it's like new, fresh stuff that is like new and exciting. Yeah, I think we all should. Yeah. So let me like before I leave here, let me just make sure my like new video is good to go. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, I think we're chilling. I think this is good to release in like 2 minutes. All right. Well, thank you all for watching. I hope. Do I want to spoil the surprise? The announcements? Let me think. Do you think you can wait like 7 minutes for the announcements? I guess it doesn't matter if it like announces or like if it releases like super soon here. Okay. Well, and I'm gonna like make a tweet about it too. So if you're sticking around, then you get the first little tidbit of what I've been working on. So I have my new animation that is done by the animator who made the Go Go Steam music video for Bet Cover last year. Super excited about that. And then the part 2 announcement is one of my favorite Japanese artists ever, who I've been listening to for a very long time. He is the lead singer of the band No Buses. His name is Kondo, and Kondo is doing my intro music for my videos and my outro music. So it's kind of the coolest thing ever, like I said. So yeah, you'll get to see the animation and hear the song in 5 minutes if you watch my video. So, or I guess I'll probably also upload it to Twitter in like an hour. So check it out, please and thank you. Thank you again for watching my stream. I am going to be ending it pretty much here and now. So have a good rest of your day or night, whatever side of the planet you're on. And I love you. Bye-bye. Okay, here's how I end it. Okay, bye.